Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road. Are you ready to go?
Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today on Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today, we are with Mike Fresher from the Tobin Center. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Jake.
Mike, give us a little background on you. Where did you grow up? And tell us about your career transformation to your current position there at the Tobin Center.
So, Jake, I'm a New Englander from birth. Grew up in Connecticut and then moved here to San Antonio in 2013. Along the way, I've had about a 25-year career in the entertainment industry. Started with Madison Square Garden, where I was director of finance and vice president of finance for their Connecticut operations, which included the Hartford Civic Center Arena, Hartford Wolfpack hockey team, and UConn, the University of Connecticut, my alma mater, the football stadium that they play in. And then I moved from
Baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road. Are you ready to go?
One of the largest performing arts centers in the country. Was there for about 10 years as CFO and COO. And then, like I said, came here in 2013 to build the Tobin Center, to build it from the ground up, create the business, create the whole enterprise. And then we launched the Tobin Center in 2014.
Very, very cool. So tell us about the Tobin Center. What type of events do you have?
So Tobin Center is a multi-purpose venue. We have 3 performance spaces. We have the HEB Performance Hall, which is about 1,800 seats. We have the Carlos Alvarez Studio Theater, which is about 300 seats. And then we have an outdoor plaza right on the Riverwalk here in San Antonio called the Will Naylor Smith Plaza. That fits about 1,000 people. We have 6 resident companies, including Opera San Antonio, Ballet San Antonio, Youth Orchestra, and 3 others that comprise a lot of our programming here at the Tobin Center. However, we do everything. And so just as an example, Jake, when we opened the building in 2014, September 4th, we didn't do an opening night.
Okay.
We did 30 opening nights in a row. And so we started with the symphony, opera, ballet, all on stage for the first time ever.
Wow.
So all together. But then we followed that up with Santana, Leonard Skinner, Renee Fleming, Carlos Santana. Did I already say that? Just every type of genre that you could put on a stage for 30 days in a row. So every night for 30 days was opening night. And then we finished that on October 4th, 2014 with Paul McCartney.
Oh my gosh.
So that's kind of what we do. We do our subtitle here is something for everyone. So while the Tobin Center is clearly the temple to the high arts here in San Antonio, we do Alice Cooper to opera to Trippie Redd and everything in between.
So my next question for you is, what size of staff do you have?
We're very lean. We're lean and mean. We have about 32 full-timers.
Okay.
Most buildings our size across the country have twice that.
Yeah.
But we've managed to run it on a much leaner scale. On event nights, we could have as many as 200 people working, including stagehands and volunteers and ticket takers and waiters and waitresses and security. And so we really rely on kind of a dynamic staffing model where we just bring people when we need them.
Sure.
But we are the number 2 ranked building in the world for our size. So Polestar, which I'm sure you're familiar with, which is a industry trade magazine, if you look at their statistics and chart where we are for buildings 2,000 seats and smaller, we are either 1, 2, or 3 in the world. We're number 2 in the U.S. and we're the number 1 in Texas.
Wow. Fantastic. Fantastic. What do you enjoy the most about your job, Mike?
Every day I come in, I have no idea what's going to happen today. We have a great team, our programming team, our marketing team. Everybody is just, we're a cast of type A's.
Okay.
And so we drive hard.
Yep.
I love being here for shows. I love being in the lobby when people come in. People come here to be entertained, to escape, to get out of their daily routine. I often tell people, Jake, when you take a job in my business, if you can't have fun doing what we do, you can't have fun at work. And so it's about, bringing the very best we can in the arts and music to San Antonio. We don't just operate here on Auditorium Circle in San Antonio. We also operate in 31 other states and 80 other cities across the country with our promotion company called Tobin Entertainment.
Okay.
So we're booking across the country. We have a 25,000 seat amphitheater about 20 minutes north of San Antonio here that we also book. And so we make it exciting for our staff because we're growing so quickly. There's lots of things for our team to get involved in.
So the unknown, you thrive on the unknown. What is it that you enjoy about the unknown? Because the unknown would scare a lot of people.
Well, it's the unknown, but it's the predictable, I guess. I mean, I know every night we have 2 events in the building every single day.
Okay.
So I know how we operate. But you never know what's going to happen someday. You don't know if we're going to lose power. We don't know if there's going to be a smoke alarm, or the show's just going to go a little too long, or it's going to start a little late.
Yeah.
Those type of things are what we deal with on a day-to-day basis in our business, Jake, and that's what keeps us all on our toes.
And let's talk leadership for a little bit. Knowing that you have that much going on, the organization itself has to be ran extremely tight, extremely well organized group. As a leader of that, like what is your go-to motto? What is your daily grounding phrase that you just say to yourself all the time?
Well, my role here is really as a pace setter.
Okay.
I set the pace for my team.
Okay.
And so my level of energy is what my team kind of feeds off of. And it's fortunate that heretofore for over 10 years, everybody has been able to kind of keep up.
Yeah.
We certainly have had some people, Jake, that kind of fall along the wayside, that this just isn't the business for them.
Yeah.
But it's about coming to work every day to do the very best job we can. We strive really hard for a work-life balance. In fact, here in about 20 minutes, we have a holiday, we have Halloween happy hour. And so we try to give our team lots of opportunities to have fun just within the team, not just at shows. But we certainly want to make sure that people don't get burned out, but are also come every day. They work at the Tobin. That's a big deal for a lot of people. It's a source of pride that they can take back into their lives, into their cocktail parties and their cookouts in the neighborhood. And it's not like, you say you work at an accounting firm.
Yeah.
You work at the Tobin Center and people go, oh, that's kind of cool. Tell me about that show or tell me about this. And so I think it's a level of pride that helps people continue on.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Mike, you've seen a lot of concerts, performances, theatrical productions in your lifetime. What's your favorite live performance you've ever seen?
Well, I'll tell you, Jake, Springsteen's my boy.
All right.
So I've seen Bruce 19 times.
Oh my word.
And I'll be going up to Austin here in a couple months in February to see him, probably for the last time, because I'm not sure if I need to see him 21 times. I think McCartney was the greatest thing I never want to do again here at the Tobin. It was a great show, but very stressful because of the size of the show.
Yeah.
And everything that goes along with that. But I'll tell you, we have a series here, Jake, that's called the Sensory Friendly series.
Okay.
And what it is we bring in some of our resident companies or some traveling kids shows that will put on a show for the autism community.
Oh.
And so we get families and groups and organizations and agencies that bring in their folks who have never been in a theater before, probably were never even welcome in a theater before.
Yeah.
And so when we do those sensory friendly performances where it might be a little brighter and the sound might be a little lower, and our house rules are certainly relaxed because if they need to get up and move around, they're more than welcome to get up and move around. But it's the look on their faces and it's the look on their families' faces that they belong, that this is a place that they can come to and not feel embarrassed and not feel put out. those are the greatest shows we do. And
That's
they're
awesome to hear.
and it's not the big name show. It's who you're touching. It's who you're impacting.
Yeah, man, fantastic. All right, last question. Dead or alive, you could bring one act to the Tobin Center. Who would you bring?
Sinatra.
Oh, beautiful.
I love to bring old Blue Eyes just because back in the 80s I saw him in Hartford with my dad, and that would certainly be a show that would mean a lot.
Yeah.
But alive, I'll go back to it again. I keep telling my booking department, when are you going to get me Bruce? I need Bruce. And now the size of our theater kind of prohibits that, because when he goes out on tour, he does arena-sized shows.
Yeah.
But so does McCartney.
Yeah.
And so that would be those would be the two, dead or alive, that I would love to bring in and kind of put a capstone on my career.
That's perfect. Perfect. Mike, thank you so much for being on with us today. I appreciate you.
Jake, I appreciate it, and have a great day.
You too.
Well, baby, I'm on it.